Hello there, welcome to GCSE Chemistry, and today we are talking about the particulate nature of matter. Particulate, we're talking about the particles. Now, what is matter? Matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. This space we are talking about here is the volume. Now, the empty spaces in our rooms are not that empty because we do not live in vacuums. They are occupied by air. Likewise, this basketball here. This basketball has mass. Mass is how heavy or light an object is. This basketball here has mass, and then as you can see, it is occupying all the space. So this is the volume of the basketball. The same applies to this water. The water is occupying the whole space inside the bottle. If it is filled to the brim, it will be occupied by only water. But the little space above the water in the bottle is also occupied by air. So matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Okay, there are three main states of matter, namely solids, liquids, and gases. Now clearly we can see the solids here. The particles in the solids are held together by a bond. So solids have a fixed shape and volume. Now you can only change the shape of a solid by external force such as temperature or even pressure. Liquids have their particles not so close together. So liquids have no fixed shape. They take the shape of their containers. You could have juice. When you pour the juice in a glass, the juice will take the shape of the glass. When you pour the juice into a bottle, the juice will take the shape of the bottle. But for the volume of the juice, it is fixed. The amount you pour in is the amount you're going to get. You are not going to get less the amount, or you're not going to get more of the amount. But for gases, they have no fixed shape. Likewise, volume. Now gases are wide apart. We do not see them, so they have no fixed shape. The same applies to the volume. Now with temperature, the volume of the gas differs. When the temperature is hot, the gas expands. When the temperature is cold, the gas contracts. We are going to go to that in our later classes. Now this is an exercise here for you to do. Now you're going to use the words fixed and not fixed to complete the table. So here we have the property. One is shape, two is volume. So liquids, what do liquids have? Do they have a fixed shape? If it's yes, you write fixed. If it's no, you write not fixed. Volume, do they have a fixed volume? If it's yes, you write fixed. If it is no, you write not fixed. So pause the video here and complete this table. Okay, welcome back. Now clearly for the shapes with the liquid, as I stated earlier, the shape is what? Not fixed. Not fixed. Okay, so let me put it in them, drag it into the middle. What about the volume? What you pour is what you get. It is fixed. For solids, they are both fixed. Fixed shape and fixed volume. Fixed shape and fixed volume. So they are both fixed. And what about gases? They are both not fixed, because gases have no fixed shape, neither do they have a fixed volume. So that is also not fixed. If you're able to get everything right, please mark out of 6. Okay, so this further explanation. Solids have fixed shape because their particles are held together by strong forces. These particles occupy fixed positions due to these forces. So these particles are in fixed positions. They do not move about. because they are being held together. Now imagine you being in a queue and everybody holding each other's hand. It will be difficult for you to alter your position if the hands are fully stretched out. So let's say assume those hands are the particle, are the forces, and you are the particle. Now you're going to occupy a fixed shape. It will take something external for you to, or for the bond between the two of you to be broken. So solids have a fixed shape. Now in liquids, the forces do exist, but they are not as strong as in solids. This makes liquids have a much flexible shape or much flexible nature. So when you pour liquids, they are going to occupy the shape in which you pour them into. But with the gases, the forces do not exist. There are no forces at all. So the particles are free to move anywhere they want. And these particles are in random motion. They do not have a certain order in which they are moving. They move in random motion. So this particle could be going here, and this particle could be going in the opposite direction. They do not have any fixed place where they need to go. They are in random motion, and that is it for solids. So these are how the particles are arranged in each of the states of matter. Now, change of state of matter. Water can exist as ice, it can exist as liquid water, or can exist as water vapor. Now, ice is the solid form of water. Liquid water, as indicated, is liquid. So this is liquid. And then the water vapor is gas. Ice is solid. Liquid water is the liquid form of water, and then the water vapor is gas. Now, when they are subjected to different conditions, when you take ice out of the freezer, clearly the temperature is going to increase. The temperature outside the freezer is much higher than the temperature inside the freezer. So the ice is going to melt. When you heat the melted water, when you heat it further, the particles are going to escape. They are going to gain more energy and then escape. And then we get our water vapor. So water has moved from one state to another. And this is what we call the change of state. So under different conditions, particles move from one state of matter to another. This transformation is called change of state of matter. So when ice changes to liquid water, we say a change of state has taken place. When liquid water changes back to ice, a change of state has taken place. Okay, so let me bring these arrows because it is not one way. It can occur in both ways. Liquid water can also change to ice. The same applies to water vapor. Water vapor can also change to liquid water. And these changes in the states of matter is what we call the change of state of matter. Okay, now I have some words on the right here. In your activity file, we have this activity there. I have some words here. Now I would like you to fill in these blanks with these words I have provided on the right. Now, if the word is right, it will stay. If it is not right, it will move back. So let's say change of state from solid to gas. Remember where the arrow is pointing is where we are changing to. So from solid to gas, let's say I want to say it is melting. If it is right, melting will stick. If it is wrong, melting will go back. So since it is wrong, melting went back. So pause the video here and then try and place each word in its suitable blank. So pause the video here, resume the video once you are done. Okay, welcome back. Now we can see that from solid to gases, we're talking about sublimation. From gases to liquids, we are talking about what? Condensation. Oh, what happened? From gases to liquids, we're talking about condensation. From liquids to gases, we're talking about evaporation. And then from liquids to solids, moving from a liquid to a solid, we're talking about freezing. From solid to liquid, we're talking about melting. And then condensation should have stuck here. Okay, so now we're getting to the end of the lesson. Let's do a quick recap of what we learned today. Matter is anything with mass and volume. Matter can be a solid, liquid, or gas, and these are what we call the states of matter. Both solids and liquids have fixed volumes, but a solid has a fixed volume. Only a solid has a fixed shape. Both liquids and gases have no fixed shapes. Liquids take the shapes of their container. Okay, matter can change from one form to another. This is called change of state of matter. And then we identified the terms used for each change of state. From liquids to solids, we say we are freezing. From solid to liquid, we are melting. From liquid to gases, we are evaporating. Condensation should have stuck here. From gases to liquids, we are condensing. And then from solids to gases, sublimation is taking place. If you don't understand anything, your teacher will be around. So please contact me so that I explain anything you didn't understand to you. Have a nice day. Bye.